Hello YouTube, and this is Robert with Super Galactic Geek Review, and we've got a Way Back Wednesday for you, but this one's a little different. We're going to be doing, this is the Justice League Index book. Now, let me show you this. This is not a normal comic book. As you can see, it's an index showing you what came out in Volume Series 5 of the Justice League. Now, they no longer do these. I wish they would, because I really did like this. Because you could say, okay, well, Volume 5, this series starts, Volume 5 starts at issue 131, and it goes to whatever issue is at the end of this. And you can see which comic books were in there, and it tells you basically comments and synopsis about each one of the comic books that are in that series. They came out with this. This actual book was in 1986. And let me just show you some of this, and how clean the pages look on these. They were always cleaner than the regular comic books when you got them. So I was really shocked, and I was wondering, why couldn't they print the comic books as clean, as neat as these when they printed these? You know, these are really nice, and their pages are clean and very neat. I wish they could have printed the comics like that too, but they didn't, unfortunately. But as you can see, it actually tells you, see, like it was 134, then there's 135. It gives you basically the storyline, who the credited artists are and everything. The featured characters, it tells you who's guest starring in it. It gives you all the details of every one of the books in that series. Now, like I said, this is not a normal comic book review. We're doing an index review this time. And for an index review, this is absolutely amazing, because this Justice League Index 1 covers Volume 5 of the Justice League in the 86, which was an amazing time for the Justice League. Superman lost his mind. Lex Luthor was trying to take over. You had a killer robot out there that was trying to kill Superman. It was just all sorts of crazy stuff going on. And it all happened in that volume series, which I thought was great. They crammed all this in one volume series, which, by the way, the volume series is pretty long, because it's, as you can see, it started on book number 131, and it ends on, let's go back here to the back, book 167 is the ending of that volume. And I was like, wow, that's quite a few issues for one volume series. I think it's pretty good, you know. I did love that that on these indexes it tells you details about which characters are in the books, what type of storyline is going to be, what to expect of this storyline. I really wish comic books would go back to doing some stuff like this, because I think that's great. You know, you could get this at the beginning of the series, and it's going to tell you every one of the books that are coming out for that series, and it'll say, okay, this is what's coming out. And by the way, this is the storyline for each one of these. It gives you the option saying, hey, I really want this book, this book, this book, and this book. I want to definitely keep up with those. So I got to watch for the date that those are supposed to come out. That would be great if they did that still, but they don't, unfortunately. But for a geek review of this index book, which is absolutely an amazing book, I wish we had more of them. I'm going to go ahead and give this an 8, because it's very well put together. All of the print is very clear to read. The stories are detailed out for each one of the books it's covering under the index. And the artwork is very clean and crisp on the index book. Very nice. So, that is definitely a nice set of books. I would love to find more of these. They would be great to get a hold of all of these index books, because they were just amazing to have. So YouTube, go ahead and click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and be proud to be a geek.